June 21, 2025. Message. Dearest friends on YouTube, we thank you all who have been watching our content. The good news, the light of Jesus, must spread through every medium in such a way that it can no longer be ignored, even when conveyed through simple and imperfect vessels. We are all, as yet, imperfect spirits, rudimentary vessels in need of polishing and smoothing our rough edges. We have hurt others and have been countless times hurt, but now the time has come. Indeed, the time is long overdue for us to let our light shine. Jesus calls us to let our light shine, always through good deeds, never through empty words that vanish with the wind. This is a time for work, to use our time not only in service to others, but also to plow the soil of goodwill within ourselves. Many fall into harmful habits because they don't want to face themselves. To truly know themselves, for fear of pain, they postpone discovering the truths about who they are, that they are selfish, proud, and much more. It's essential to recognize in ourselves all the flaws we project onto others, for it is these very flaws we refuse to see within. So, I cannot help but recommend the practice of self-knowledge. But how do we do this? Through the teachings of St. Augustine, found in response to question 919 of Spirit's book. Question 919. What's the most effective practical means for improving oneself in this life and resisting the attraction of evil? A wise man of antiquity has told you, know thyself. We understand all the wisdom of this maxim, but the difficulty lies precisely in each person knowing themselves. What is the means to achieve this? Do what I used to do when I lived on earth. At the end of the day, I questioned my conscience, reviewed what I have done, and asked myself whether I have failed. Let me catch my breath. I question my conscience and review what I have done, and I ask myself whether I have failed in any duty, whether anyone might have reason to complain about me. That is how I came to know myself and to see what in me needed reform. Whoever every night would recall all their actions of the day and question themselves on the good or the evil they have done, pray to God and their guardian angel for enlightenment, would gain great strength for self-improvement. Because believe me, God will assist them. Ask yourself questions, reflect on what you have done and why you acted in this or that situation. Whether you did something that, if done by another, you would criticize. Ask yourself if you did anything you would not dare to confess. Ask further. If God chose to call me at this very moment, would I fear the gaze of anyone as I re-enter the spirit world where nothing can be hidden? Examine what you may have done against God, against your neighbor, and against yourself. The answers will either bring peace to your conscience or reveal a flaw that needs healing. Self-knowledge, therefore, is the way to individual progress. You may ask, how can I judge oneself? How can oneself judge him or her objectively? Isn't self-love likely to soften our faults and make them seem excusable? The miser thinks himself merely prudent and economical, and the proud sees in himself only dignity. This is very real, but you have a way to test yourself that cannot mislead you. When unsure about the value of one of your actions, ask how you would judge it if someone else's have done it. If you would criticize another for it, then you cannot justify it when it's your own. God does not use two sets of standards in his justice. Also consider that others think of your actions. Do not dismiss the opinion of your enemies, for they have no interest in flattering you, and God often places them near you as a mirror, so you may receive a more honest warning than you would from a friend. Let the one who truly desires self-betterment truly examine their conscience, striving to uproot bad tendencies as one weeds a garden. Make a moral inventory of your day, as a merchant assesses their profits and losses. And I'll assure you, the moral gains will outweigh the losses. You can say, your day was good. You may sleep in peace and await the awakening in the other life without fear. So ask yourself clear and precise questions, and do not fear asking many. Surely, it is worth spending a few minutes to secure the eternal happiness. Don't you work every day to build up savings for comfort in old age? Isn't that comfort the aim that makes you endure temporary hardships? Well then, what is that brief rest, so often troubled by physical ailments, compared to the peace that awaits the good person in the next life? Is that not worth a few efforts? I know many say the present is certain and the future is uncertain, but that is precisely the idea we seek to eliminate from your hearts. We want you to understand the future so well that no doubt remains in your soul. That's why we first drew your attention to phenomena that reach your senses and provide you and now provide you with instructions, which each of you is responsible for spreading. This is why we dictated the Spirit's book, St. Augustine. Back to the message. But it's so difficult to examine one's conscience mentally. With the advent of social media, the endless scrolling, we are losing our capacity for critical thinking. So, how can we still do it? Oops, I tripped. By keeping a journal. But I'm afraid someone might read it, you might say. Then, create a note in Google Drive, another secure app. This makes it harder for someone to access than a traditional notebook or diary. What should I record? Not what you ate or trivial activities, but facts that have emotional weight, like moments of anger, discouragement. Also record record positive events, whom you helped, when you did the right thing. Include problems that seem unsolvable at the moment. Write down anything that feels important. Always use St. Augustine's response as a guide. From time to time, reread your journal to recognize your progress or your stagnation. These notes will be valuable in your transformation. It's not enough to simply do good work if we are not also working on ourselves, truly changing. Dedicate this time to yourself, and you reap the rewards in the near future. Thank you for listening, a spiritual friend. Bye, until the next message. Peace.